Welcome back to the Falls Hemingway Stadium.
Often associated with Rett syndrome affecting knees and
Cold night, 12-point game. State needs to make something happen. Dominique Thomas, fresh set of legs. Timeout taken by State. Leaves third down with 4:38 to play.
Coming up next, like in a little while, it will be Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Then Saturday tomorrow, big one. Early is going to be Alabama versus Auburn, and then Texas A&M will take on the Texas Longhorns tomorrow night. And that's going down to that. With 17 wins, Texas A&M Aggies will take on, well, yeah. Or Texas Longhorns, whoever wins it, will click a spot in the SEC championship game.
Won 6 straight, 19 of 22 since 2001. It's an unbelievable record. When Kirby Smart is built down there in Athens, it's just an absolute juggernaut.
Got a couple of tech guys in the booth with us tonight. Greg Campbell and Chris Campbell. I think all have to drive to Baton Rouge while they watch that game on their phone.
That's what's great about technology, man. You never miss anything. You may not be on the device you want. You never miss anything.
Big chilly one in Athens tonight. Third down 6. Rebels 6 of 15 on third down today. Here comes the blitz. Dart stands tall and delivers it for a first down. It's Caden Lee. Caden Lee, second in the country with his catch rate. He just does not drop balls.
And you just see this void in the middle of the field. You saw safety Isaac Smith blitz late. And he just does a huge void in the middle of the field. I mean, that's just an easy throw and catch for Jackson Dart to Caden Lee. Just wondering if there was some kind of miscommunication on that defensive call. That's a heck of a void to let open on a key third down in the middle of the field, right where Jackson Dart completed the catch.
Still pedestrian numbers to the air for Dart, but Ole Miss really leaning on the ground game. Perhaps more than they have all season tonight. Ulysses Bentley's got a 100-yard game. That was by design from the state side. Defensive coordinator Coleman Hudson.
Give Charlie West Jr., give Lane Kiffin credit for testing, for doing exactly what it was that Coleman Hudson was daring them to do, which was stick with the run game as they tried to keep the lid on the passing game. They didn't try to force the ball downfield. Jackson Dart has been very efficient and very smart as far as the decisions that he's made, but when those opportunities presented themselves, he's been able to throw the football with effectiveness.
Rebels are going to stop the coming out of this timeout. Rivalry week continues. Clean old-fashioned hate coming up next. Carson Beck has been prone to turning the ball over this season as he gets loose. The Classic City last week against UMass bounced back with a 297-yard game and 4 touchdowns. Georgia Tech has 6 wins against ranked opponents under former Jacket offensive lineman Brent Key, including the huge one against Miami. Meanwhile, the Dogs have won 42 out of 44.
It's a heck of a record.
What needs to happen for Tech to pull that one off?
Similar to what their game plan was when we did their game against Miami. Got to control the line of scrimmage in the run game. Opportunistic big plays down the field, and then the defense. You just got to be able to get stops, holding the field goals instead of touchdowns. I mean, same thing you see every week in college football.
They've gotten it done with smoke and mirrors at the quarterback position. 4 yards for Bentley. Whoa, we got extra pop or 2. And that's kind of what you expect from this one. 3:04 to play. Tom Hart, Louis Riddick, Chris Budden down on the field. You're part of the College Football Playoff Committee. You're looking at Ole Miss and considering them for an at-large berth here late in the season. Still plenty of chaos could happen tomorrow, this weekend, and in Conference Championship weekend. How do you judge this game, and how do you judge it on a curve, given it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, look, I think this football game right now, I think, quite honestly, Ole Miss really hurt themselves last week. I understand that they have played, a very formidable schedule. They have 3 one-score games of which they lost on the road. I think the Kentucky loss, obviously, is one of those things that's going to hang in the back of the minds of the playoff selection committee. The Florida loss going in there as a heavy favorite, especially coming off of a bye week and off of the game against Georgia where they looked so good here and were so dominant. I think it'll be hard for them to get in there unless everything possible breaks their way. I just don't see it, which is unfortunate for this university and this football team.
Especially everything they had built up. Dart lowers his shoulder and then makes it out to the 46-yard line. There is plenty of opportunity, and maybe this is me wanting the chaos to occur, but things can go sideways fast with all these rivalry games coming up this weekend.
They sure could. As we see, truly, it's not just lip service when you say throw the records out. There's a lot of emotion involved in these games. Guys wind up playing above and beyond their normal skill level simply because of the rivalries. Been involved in a lot of them over my time, and they're special, man. That's why it's such a great weekend of
The
football.
next few more minutes away.
3 losses on the season for Ole Miss. Upset by Florida last week. Lost to LSU in overtime, and Kentucky converted a big 4th down to pull off that win on previous to that, a ball that was dropped in the end zone and ended up in Kentucky's hands. We approach a 2-minute timeout in the 121st Egg Bowl. Ole Miss trying to put the finishing touches on their dream of reaching the college football playoff.
Yeah, this will give us a 2-minute warning.
Have you had enough?
Marty, it takes